Alright, y'all. I'm back again with another video. Let's just get right into it. So, Mulan. That finally came out was it last weekend? I'll put it on the screen, but yeah, it came out. So, it's $34.99 for Canadians. Whoop-de-doo. We get to pay extra because our dollar's trash as usual. I don't know who's really trying to watch that movie. Like, I'm perfectly fine with waiting. Like, if you go to click on the video link, it says that you can wait, I think, November, December, and it will be free for all Disney Plus members. So I'm just gonna steal my sister's account and you watch that whenever it comes out. But yeah, I don't know who's dying to see this. Well, I don't know. Maybe the people going to theaters. Is that a bad joke? Whatever. Anyway, so film industry, it's been struggling past few months for obvious reasons. The coronavirus that is, just wreaking havoc on the entire planet. It's still around. Some people have forgot. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, Tenet didn't do too bad. Given the circumstances. But that's kind of a given, considering like Christopher Nolan's one of those directors, like one of those revered directors nowadays. Like people probably put him up with Spielberg, Tarantino, Ridley Scott, David Fincher, James Cameron, Scorsese, like all those people. When you hear their names, people like pay attention, and they're like, okay, I'll go see it, pretty much regardless of what it's about. So I'm not really surprised it's doing all right. But it's still got a ways to go to make its money back. The budget was around $200 million, pretty sure, which is his most expensive movie. And like he did a Batman trilogy, so that's just like saying a little bit about how expensive this was. But that's still not as much as Marvel has spent on their visual theme parks or whatever Scorsese would say. But yeah, speaking of the MCU or Marvel in general, I didn't really want to talk about this stuff, but I guess it couldn't really be avoided. But yeah, if you haven't been living under a rock and, just been paying attention to how trash 2020, this like abysmal hellscape is, unfortunately Chadwick Boseman passed after a bout with colon cancer just under 2 weeks ago at this point. But yeah, really sad. Obviously he played Black Panther among other roles that you probably know him for. But yeah, just in like the aftermath when people were just starting to find out about his passing, I saw like a lot of tweets from people like expressing regret that they made jokes about his appearance, because apparently at some event somewhat recently he looked like really skinny, and of course for like Black Panther he was like all jacked up because that's his character. But yeah, they're saying he was looking really skinny and blah 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 all throughout like the Black Panther and like Infinity War and etc. press. People are saying he looked like so like sad, or that he looked like he didn't want to be there. Which, I mean, I'm sure those like junkets and all those like press conferences and stuff are really like draining, like repeating the same answers to the same stupid questions over and over and over again. But on top of that, he was, and now we know, battling cancer. So I think like it's worth noting, and it's somewhat inspirational that like he had the strength to go through all that. But I think it's also kind of like interesting to look at the situation just like in the way that he had to keep it a secret, at least to most of us, like the general public, and most of his castmates I'm pretty sure didn't know, so it might have just been his loved ones and like close family, because like I'm sure Disney would probably have zero interest in giving him the role of Black Panther because it's like a multi-picture deal, and that'd be like all kinds of mess for their MCU, so they wouldn't want to do that. But I'm sure they'll figure something out, you know. But yeah, it's just sad that people don't really get appreciation, you know, like when they're still here while they're on the earth, and we can like truly celebrate them in a way that they can appreciate. But I mean, Chadwick Boseman did so much with the time that he had, and I think that's really worth noting and celebrating in and of itself. So, uh, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, people die every day, of course, and with the corona, even more people are dying. But it's still worth, I guess, giving extra notice to someone who played a character or multiple characters that had like such large significance for so many people. I mean, and while doing it while you had cancer's doing like a 78 hit combo on your body, and you somehow still have like the capacity to do all this. Yeah, that's really amazing. And like a lot of people said, like, yeah, he's a superhero in real life, which, I don't know how I feel about that. Just because, like, in general, black people are sort of already not treated as human, as though we can persevere through these unimaginable like struggles. So that I'm not so much a fan of, but whatever. I mean, obviously he's not real, but Black Panther, he had a suit, okay? And he had like special herbs. He was literally superhuman. Chadwick Boseman was not. So let's just keep those things in mind. But yeah, it seems like Chadwick, with whenever he got the diagnosis or whatever, seems like he really like had a drive to not only like put his best in every movie he was in, but also choosing roles that meant a lot to like Black American history and like the Black diaspora in general. So yeah, I mean, rest easy, King. But yeah, if you're anything like me, you've probably been on like a binge of like MCU. Well, I was already binging the MCU films, and I was at, I think, Winter Soldier, or I had just finished Winter Soldier when I like found out a few hours later. So yeah, that's where I was at. So I was already like, okay, I need to take a break from these for a little bit. And yeah, I decided to skip to Civil War because that one's my favorite. And I just already love, like, before Chadwick's passing, like, I already loved the way, like, Black Panther's introduced in that movie. Just, like, how he's pretty much standing toe-to-toe with Captain America, which, I don't know, like, I feel, obviously, it's an American movie made by mostly white people. They're not going to really go that hard into it, but I'm pretty sure Black Panther is a teeny bit ahead of Steve Rogers, Captain America, because he has a suit. Captain America's suit doesn't do anything. So, whatever. But, obviously they're not going to let a black guy go ahead, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But, yeah, just like the way he's introduced every time gets me like hype, because like he's taking on the Winter Soldier, who has like bionic arm, and he's just like making everyone like so anxious because they don't know who he is, what he's doing. He's just like giving people work. But yeah, after I watched Civil War, I was kind of like, okay, I need to take like an actual break from all of this. But then I found out that a ton of single issues are available on the Marvel Comics app for the affordable price of $3.99, which is right up my alley because I was... Okay, obviously you should pay people, cause, like the artists and the writers and all those people put in a lot of work. I'd rather buy like issues in like paper copy, so that's why I don't really use these apps. But I was like, free? Sure, I'll get that. So, yeah, I just don't really like paying for electronic copies of stuff that I know I want to, like, keep for a long period of time. Or, like, reread. I don't know. I just like the tangible feeling of holding it in my hand. But yeah, I was not really interested in watching, like, Black Panther 2018 because I've seen it so many times already. I probably will still continue to watch it, but it was just like so recent. And also, I was kind of tired of hearing Forrest Whitaker saying Black Panther or whatever his stupid accent is. Like, in that movie, there's so many accents going on. Like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be based in a South African accent, but I don't even know. I feel like Lupito's doing more of like I'm okay, obviously no like African linguist of like the various accents going on, but I'm pretty sure Lupita is doing something more to what like her Kenyan ancestry would be familiar, like what she'd be familiar with, and like Denai Guerrero is doing something more to where's she from? I don't know, somewhere else in the continent, but like I feel like even though they were all sort of trying to do the same thing, it still came off as though at least they should have said like there were multiple regions, because they did not all sound like they had the same accent, but whatever. So yeah, back to the comics. I downloaded a bunch because again, free, and why not? I have a bunch of time in quarantine, but I only own like a few like American comics because I'm not really into them like that. Like I read manga, which I guess are just Japanese comics, but I don't know. A lot of American comics never really appealed to me that way. I was that kid that would like beg my parents to stay longer at like Chapters or Kohl's or whatever so that I could read through comics. Again, pay people because, you know, they put in labor, they put in time, effort, all that. They deserve to be paid for their work. But obviously that was when I was like 8, 10 and I had no money. So I might go buy one. Yeah. But right now I'm just focusing on the Ta-Nehisi Coates run from a couple years back, and I might go and read some like earlier issues too from like the 80s to get a better understanding of the character's history. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me right now. So I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. That was a rape.
Thank you, Father. I'm down. Need a medic.
Oh shoot. Come back towards me.
The ring is close. 60 seconds left.
Wait, I might be able to snipe him. Shut up. Don't tell me what to do.
You don't tell me what to do.
I can tell you what to do.
You do not tell me what to do.
You
do not tell me what to do.
Gee.
You are the Apex Champions.
This guy does not deserve to be here.